Welcome back into Fox 54 for the final episode of the Blitz for this season. I'm your morning anchor, Jackson Rowland.
And I'm your news producer, David Waukee. We started off with 32 teams. We're down to 2 and one big game, Jackson.
One big game and one winner will be crowned. It's the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, heading your way.
Let's get started.
Well, David, the stage is set for Super Bowl 60. It's Patriots, Seahawks, Levi's Stadium. It all comes down to these two teams. Only one walks away a champion. Who do you have, David?
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the beginning of the year, we would have not thought either one of these two teams were going to be here.
True.
Patriots still rebuilding. Last year, they were 4-13. This year, flipped that. Now 14-3. Seahawks, you got Sam Darnold, new coach. You thought they were still rebuilding.
Right.
Now they said, this is our year. As for who I think is going to be winning this game, I think it's going to come down to that defense. And both teams here have stout defenses to this. They need to get to Drake May, make sure he doesn't rush the ball too much, and hold him in the pocket. Get him nervous in there. Get him in the ground just like the Giants did to Tom Brady. And the Eagles did to him as well. So I think that's going to be key. Make sure you limit Drake May, and he's not making big plays with his legs or arms.
Yeah, and the Seahawks were watching that game against the Eagles where Drake May had 3 turnovers facing pressure. And not only do they have the front seven that is so strong, but the Seattle secondary is lethal. They have really held teams to some low numbers all year. I mean, they struggled against Matthew Stafford, but, that's Matthew Stafford, who's had quite an unbelievable year, well over 4,000 passing yards and counting. So I think they're going to have a strong defensive effort, but what I think this game really comes down to, if you look at postseason offensive production, now Drake May has far exceeded any expectations for this year. He's got several good targets, but they haven't really put up, high-scoring, explosive numbers on a team since they played the Bills in the regular season. That's the last time we really saw that against a tough defense. Seattle has done that multiple times in the postseason and just put up 31 against the Rams. I think they're favored at 4.5 for a reason. I like Seattle.
Okay, can't blame you on that one. Sam Darnold has made me a believer now because he's just out of his mind playing this year. That's why he's also a Pro Bowler. What I think is going to be key is going to be that special teams, and Seattle has done that very well. Yeah. Shaheed has returned 2 clutch ones to the house. They had that muff punt that set them up for an easy touchdown last week against the Rams, which ends up being the game winner or the game there because they only lost by 4. You don't muff that punt, you don't give up 7. So I think that's going to be key. But I'm going to go here with with a little bit of an upset, I guess, here.
Okay,
I think, unfortunately, I think they didn't spend enough time in purgatory, but they seem like they're back. Rabel has his team firing on all cylinders, and I think Drake May fills in those Tom Brady shoes very well and gets his first Super Bowl.
All right, that's a bold prediction. Very likely, though. I mean, if any QB can do it at his age, Drake May's carrying himself so maturely, so well. The team really respects him. And likewise with Sam Darnold. He was the first QB of that 2018 class, which includes guys like Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, who could have had a shot, but Drake May stopped him. So, this is going to be one of the most interesting Super Bowls we've had in quite some time. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this game. But again, I think the Seahawks are a more disciplined team. You brought up special teams. They have less penalties on the year. When it comes to big moments, big situations, they have an explosive offense, disciplined defense, and schematically, I think they're more prepared for this type of game.
That's true. And they could be trying to get that win back against the Patriots that they had back in the Super Bowl a couple of years. But you never know. Patriots, are known to have a good kicker right on relief there to just win them the game when it matters.
Hey, you never know. And I've been bringing up a crazy stat just because that's what you do at the Super Bowl time. I mean, people are placing $1 million bets, things get out of hand. But if you're going to, not that I condone it, but the Seahawks have won the last 2 times the new Pope has been elected. What happened this last year? New Pope was elected. And who's in the Super Bowl? The Seahawks at 4.5. Something to consider. Well, thanks for tuning in to the final episode of the Blitz for this 25-26 season. Biggest game of the year coming your way this Sunday.
I've been your news producer, David Waukee. Thank you all for watching. Jackson, thank you for being a good tag team partner.
Of course, best analyst and producer in the game. This will be my final time signing off for the Blitz. It's your morning anchor, Jackson Rowland. We'll see you next time on the Blitz.